It was one of the best races I think we've seen in a while. And this is what faces Pierre-Luc Ouellet as he looks up at the field in front of him. 24 other karts, including our pole sitter, Zachary Richard Robichon of Ottawa. And right beside him is Pierce Herder, a three-time national champion.
The Herder family have so many championships between them, too many to count. Daniel Morad in third.
Well, he's one of the most experienced here. He's raced A1GP, Formula BMW out of Thornhill, Ontario. Nicholas Latifi, okay, just 16. They say he may be one of the best in our country right now.
Absolutely. Daniel Burkett, fifth, always very dangerous, and Ben Cooper on the outside of the third row.
Okay, remembering now he is the British champion, world champion, has made his move here to Canada and will represent Canada at the Worlds. Brendan Bain from Burlington, Ontario. Hugo Mousseau.
Dominic Legrand. Hugo Mousseau, we must mention, is the coach of Lance Stroll in karting.
Christophe Leclerc, we mentioned now, he gets that penalty. He had that rough driving penalty, so that bumps him down the field. And of course, right at the very back is Pierre-Luc Ouellet. This has the makings, considering of this field, where some of our favorites are, mid-race, at the back. This could be an adventure.
I spoke to Pierre-Luc before the race. Believe it or not, he's going to try to win this thing. He missed 2 heats because of mechanical issues. He's got very good tires. He goes, Norm, I'm going to try and win.
Well, okay, but doesn't that put doubt in your mind? Here's somebody who is the defending champion in DD2. He's a two-time world champion, yet he has mechanical problems, something that's almost unheard of. As we take a look at the starting grid, there you see, maybe the sleeper in all this is Ben Cooper. You would have expected him to be challenging for the front, but he didn't win anything. But here he is starting in 6th, all the way through now, the field of 25.
I think he did a karting version of the rope-a-dope we will see this afternoon. Was just in the middle of the field throughout most of the heats, but he's still starting on the third row.
All right, Christophe Leclerc, you see him in 16th. As we look in front, there is Latifi. Even now, just a little bit of a nudge from Ben Cooper, all the way back to the two-time world champion, Ouellet. Ready? They start on the backside, of course, heading into 15, 16, green flag, D2 final is underway here at Montreal, and right away, you saw Ouellet try to make up ground.
Oh, it looks like Ouellet got 5 or 6 places right at the start.
Here they go down past the start-finish line for the very first time. Going inside, Daniel Morad moves up to take 2nd place.
Yeah, but Pierce Herder, gets him coming up the hill between 2 and 3, and that's Daniel Burkett up into 4th place.
Man alive, as it all accordions, everything sort of closes up. Nice move by Morad, getting inside of Herder, but then, of course, got wide on the exit. Herder was there, got the power down. Look at them, 3 wide.
Oh, that was Ouellet trying to go on the inside of 2 competitors. Ben Cooper now in 5th place.
It's the pole sitter, Robichon, currently in 1st. Still, it is Herder in 2nd, followed by Morad. And then you saw it is Cooper trying to make his way up.
Nice pass there by Brendan Bain. Pierre-Luc Ouellet is on the move, and also Darren White is on the move as well. Oh, contact. That was Latifi trying to get on the inside. Oh!
Collected. Latifi has been collected here early in this DD2 final, but you saw Cooper has moved up now into 4th place.
Already Ben Cooper looks like he's on the charge, and all this is going to benefit your leader, Zachary Richard Robichon. Ouellet, another pass as he gets by Alessandro Rizzuto, already up into 11th place. Here he goes again, now into 10th. Vic, hold me down.
That is what you would expect, of course, from a reigning Canadian champion, 2-time world champion, Pierre-Luc Ouellet.
We always talk about tire management, and not doing 2 of the heats because some of the mechanical issues he had is definitely going to allow him to charge here in the first half of the race.
Trying to close up on the back of the competitor, going inside again. Man, he is just unbelievable. So all those mechanical problems he had in the heats seem to have now been put behind him.
He obviously has got his cart hooked up, or he wouldn't be able to go this fast. Your leader, Robichon, followed by Herder.
It is the DD2 final, the Canadian Karting Championship on Canada's sports leader, TSN, in a cloud of dust. Welcome back to the Canadian Karting Championships. This is the DD2 final. The pole sitter, Zachary Richard Robichon from Ottawa, continues to lead. But there you saw our two favorites who started at the back. Well, Pierre-Luc Ouellet and then Christophe Beauclerc from midfield. They're moving up too. But look at right now at the front. This is Robichon trying to hold on from Herder's challenge.
Here's Herder. Pierce Herder makes the move going into corner 1, holds on into 2 and 3.
And Murad is right there as well. So
Murad is now caught up to Robichon. We have our top 3 all stuck together.
So it is from Cavan, Ontario, and Cooper is there as well. Now remember, Ben Cooper is the Englishman who's now making his home in Mont Tremblant, who will represent Canada, having won the Eastern Karting Championship. He'll be in Portugal, and he's right there after having started in 6th place. And he has that British ensign helmet.
Oh, on the inside, there he goes. Gets right by Daniel Murad. Ben Cooper is now up into 3rd place. Murad is 4th, Daniel Burkett 5th.
Unbelievable. We talked about the experience. A couple of world champions in Murad and Cooper exchanging places. Here you go again. Look at Beauclerc moving up, trying to drag Ouellet with him.
That was Beauclerc getting by Tyler McEwen, and you can see Pierre-Luc has pushed him by. And wait for Pierre-Luc. There he goes. He gets by Tyler McEwen. He's going to hook on to Beauclerc and see if he can't move his way to the front.
Oh, here they are, working together. Canadian champions, Team Canada members both, working together, trying to climb their way back up through the field.
One of the differences in this senior class with the Minimax, the drivers use a little bit more strategy and try to keep the testosterone in check.
Looking from Pierre-Luc Ouellet up to Christophe Beauclerc, but it's Pierce Herder, who is now your leader here in DD2. Right there behind him, Zachary Richard Robichon.
Pierce Herder was very smooth in the preheats and is now in 1st place. No one expected him to be there, and he could very well win this thing for his dad, Lonnie Herder.
Trying to hold on, looking to the inside, coming down. One more look, inside, going downhill into that right-hander. Now trying to hold up. They'll try to come up the hill now through turns 2, 3, and 3 can be tricky, and here we going inside. Pierre-Luc Ouellet trying to get by Beauclerc can. Beauclerc holding on.
I think he got by, and now Beauclerc's going to have to try and use the same strategy. Yeah, there we see him. There we see him. Ouellet is in front of Beauclerc.
He got by him. So these two, look at the run then. Pierre-Luc Ouellet is made all the way from 25th spot.
You see a lot of maturity by Robichon right now, who's holding on to Herder, not panicking. I know he wants to win, but you got to be smart if you're going to win this race. And in 3rd place, look who's in 3rd place, Ben Cooper. Yeah.
Look at the look over the shoulder from Robichon, because he knows here comes that British helmet. Here comes Ben Cooper.
Zachary Richard Robichon is the instructor here at the Karting Academy at Mont Tremblant. He has a little advantage. He knows this track a little bit better than everybody else, but never count out Pierce Herder.
Now we got Herder in front. In that 491 is Robichon. Look at how close he is. Great drive, lovely drive by Cooper as he just slides that cart through the turns.
These top drivers are just so smooth. We see Ouellet here now starting to pull away from Beauclerc. I don't think Ouellet can get to the front as bad as he wants it. Cooper on the inside!
Cooper inside, and he's got him! No!
Yes, he did, he is. That's Cooper in front of Robichon.
Dropping that British ensign helmet down. Here he comes, Cooper, from 6th place now up to 2nd.
Incredible drive, so smooth, but Robichon is being very intelligent, just holding on. You see him look behind him. Is that Brendan Bain? Brendan Bain is now up into 4th place. Wow, solid drive.
From Burlington, Ontario. But now the chase is on. Pierce Herder from Cavan, Ontario, trying to hold off the charge of Ben Cooper.
So smooth for Herder. This could be his weekend. He's been always competitive in DD2, but hasn't had the big victory yet. I think it's going to be today.
Cooper now trying to size him up. And as we've said before in other classes, sometimes at this point of a race, the tires will go away. If you've got no bite, if you've got no grip, you just can't get up on the bumper of the cart in front of you.
No, so key, because you got to be just smooth enough to be close enough to be able to use a draft down the straight. I want to correct myself. That's 4th place is Daniel Murad, and Brendan Bain is just behind me. Sorry to the Daniel Murad fan club.
So it is, continues to be Pierce Herter, three-time Canadian champion, trying to hold off a world champion, followed by the pole sitter, Zachary Richard-Robichon.
We now have 6th place Daniel Burkett, and right behind him, Pierre-Luc Ouellet.
He's getting closer. Cooper sizing him up, looking for one mistake. One mistake by Herter. Leave it a little wide coming out of a corner. Leave yourself that room and Cooper will jump all over him.
He's like a chess player, Vic. He's just going to sit there and wait and wait. And Pierce, if you make a mistake, there he goes, there he goes.
Inside, he saw the opening, and he has him. A little look over his right shoulder, and we have a new leader. From 6th place, here is Ben Cooper.
Incredible, incredible. He just waited and waited for a move. Oh, it looks like maybe Herter might have a little bit of an issue. He seems to be slowing down. Robichon's right behind her. Right behind her. Oh, on the inside, on the inside.
Into turn 1 now, fighting their way up through 2 as Herter slides wide again, and Herter seems to be falling back. Murad has passed him to 3rd here in the DD2s. Our coverage of the Canadian Karting Championships continues with DD2's Daniel Murad currently in 3rd place, Brendan Bain, and it's a great battle now as diving inside is Bain. Oh, and Murad gets turned around. Daniel Murad, the former Canadian champion, as Pierce Herter, we understand, who started outside of row 2, is into some difficulty now, some mechanical problem. He's starting to fall back and being caught by everyone, including Pierre-Luc Ouellet.
Pierre-Luc Ouellet started dead last, is now up into 5th place. Brendan Bain took advantage and is now in 3rd place.
So out in front, Ben Cooper, who started 6th, is currently your leader.
Followed by his teammate, Zachary Richard-Robichon, both on Burrell SRI carts. Pierre-Luc Ouellet on the inside. Pierre-Luc Ouellet on the inside of Pierce Herter.
So you can see the problems now that Herter is having. After being the leader, he is falling back cart by cart.
He is such a good driver. He must have a mechanical issue. It's the only thing I can think of to drop back that dramatically. Now Robichon looks like he's ready to attack Ben Cooper. Can he make a move?
Well, we'll understand now. It hasn't been the best of weekends for Ben Cooper. Was he rope-a-doping? Was he saving something? He may just have, because he is leading his teammate.
It looks like maybe a lot of the drivers have just pushed too hard and are out of gas. I just got a flash here. Brendan Bain has now set the fastest lap of the race.
So Brendan Bain from Burlington, Ontario, who was 3rd in that wonderful event they called the Monaco at Trois-Rivières this year, is moving on up. Christophe Beauclair.
On the inside of Herder.
He's getting both.
Oh, collision.
He'll get up and over the wheel of Herder, and Beauclair, who had done such a nice job after starting 16th, gets up on the rear wheel of Herder and takes Herder out, and Beauclair, his chances will now be hurt for sure.
Yeah, that's sorry, but that looked like an over-ambitious move on the part of Christophe Beauclair. Pierce Herder's race is over. What a shame. He was so strong in the early going, but I can only think something was holding him back. And now Ben Cooper seems to have pulled out a bit from Robichon. So the battle looks like Brendan Bain is now starting to reel in Robichon with a couple of laps left. That's Ouellet in 4th, Daniel Burkett in 5th. Will Brendan Bain represent Canada at the World Final?
Well, let's remember and remind everybody, as well as winning a Canadian championship, you could also be named to Team Canada. We know that Ben Cooper won the Eastern Karting Championship. That gets him his spot. So Ben Cooper has his ticket for Portugal in November. Whoever finishes second here in Mont-Tremblant will get a ticket to be on Team Canada. And right now it is Zachary Richard Robichon.
Zachary Richard Robichon, is this the last lap, Vic? Zachary Richard Robichon now seems to have stabilized his lead in front of Brendan Bain for 2nd place. Look at Ouellet all the way from the back. He is just in 4th place.
That's what you would expect from the defending champion in DD2, the 2-time world champion, Pierre-Luc Ouellet. I don't think, though, he has enough track, enough time to make the run for the front.
No, I don't think he does either, Vic. I'm just amazed at how close he is to the front, considering how far back he came. Darren White, who also started right in the back next to Pierre-Luc Ouellet, is now up into 6th place in the Tony Kart.
Darren White from Port Hope, Ontario, but everybody trying to chase down and maybe looking a little bit comfortable now as they come through turns 15, 16, heading down the straight, looking for that checkered flag for Ben Cooper, who will win the Canadian Championship. And he points back to his teammate, Zachary Richard Robichon, who will pick up a spot on Team Canada in Portugal in November.
3rd place, Brendan Bain, who set the fastest lap. 4th place, Pierre-Luc Ouellet. Zachary Richard Robichon, pack your bags, you're going to Portugal.
And a great run as well by, as you mentioned, Pierre-Luc Ouellet, the defending champion, who through mechanical problems started all the way at the back, manages a great run, but just not enough time. A few more laps, maybe, but he will finish in the top 5.
Incredible drive. It's nice to see how excited Ben Cooper was. He's won the Worlds, he's won the British Championship, the European Championship, but he was really excited to add the Canadian Championship to his title.
As the field makes its way around the DD2s, the checkered flag will go to Ben Cooper, who can add now a Canadian championship, and Zachary Richard Robichon, he will be going to Portugal as a member of Team Canada. Congratulations to our champion, Ben Cooper. What a run. And maybe, in fact, starting 6th, he was saving something.
It looks that way. Like I said earlier, he might have done the rope-a-dope karting. He managed his tires through the heat races and was just smart enough, fast enough to add the Canadian Championship to all his other titles.
I remember Ben Cooper saying to us what he really loved and what he liked about Canada, having watched them at the previous Worlds, was the karting, was the organization, was all the effort put in. And he decided, I'm going to make Canada my new home. And now Ben Cooper wins the Canadian Karting Championship, and he will represent Canada in Portugal. 2nd place to Zachary Robichon, who picks up the other ticket for those World Championships. Ben Cooper is your Canadian champion in DD2.